Starlink isn't just a cloud of internet. It is the world's first massive, distributed swarm of autonomous robotic spacecraft. While viewers see record deployments as mere numbers on a ticker, they are missing the physical engineering reality. Thousands of independent machines navigating a chaotic orbital environment without human hands-on control. The breakthrough here isn't faster download speeds. It is that these satellites possess onboard brains capable of collision avoidance, automated docking maneuvers for debris mitigation, and self-reconfiguration in real time. This is not passive infrastructure. It is an intelligent system where the hardware manages its own survival against a backdrop of 12,000 planned units sharing crowded low Earth orbit. For decades, we imagined space as a graveyard or a quiet highway where satellites were essentially expensive rocks that drifted until they ran out of fuel. We assumed ground controllers pulled every lever, sending commands during fleeting windows when a satellite passed overhead. That model is now obsolete for the largest constellation in history. The shift from passive to autonomous robotics represents a fundamental change in how we engineer machines at scale. Unlike traditional low Earth orbit sensors which rely on scarce ground stations for navigation, Starlink units utilize onboard processing to execute station keeping and hazard avoidance autonomously. A launch of prototype V1.0 units back in 2019 introduced the first autonomous collision avoidance systems in orbit, allowing satellites to detect space debris and maneuver without direct ground intervention. This capability became a critical necessity given the density below 600 kilometers, where hundreds of objects may be visible simultaneously during twilight. The mechanics of this shift are best understood by looking at how these machines see their environment. Traditional LEO sensors face critical delays because they can only contact ground stations for 4 to 6 10-minute windows daily. Starlink's autonomous architecture enables continuous connectivity by routing data across the orbital network itself using laser inter-satellite links. These lasers act as high-speed optical nerves, allowing satellites to talk to one another in real time rather than waiting days for a signal to reach Earth and return. This turns the constellation into a heterogeneous swarm where individual units perform altitude adjustments, intra-orbital relocations to maintain spacing, and act as in-orbit backups or twins for failing peers. The system effectively treats external Earth observation sensors as users within its own ecosystem, routing terabytes of data via these optical links to bypass ground station bottlenecks that traditionally limit low Earth orbit operations. Quick resource note. I keep a curated set of Amazon search links in the description for books, gear, and tools relevant to this channel's topics. Some are affiliate links, so I may earn a commission at no extra cost to you. Please consider supporting the channel by using those links if you find something useful. The stakes of this engineering choice are defined by the chaos below 600 kilometers. With a projected total of nearly 12,000 satellites operating primarily between 45 and 55 degrees latitude and below 600-kilometer altitude, the aerial number density reaches critical levels where autonomous hazard detection is not an option. It is a survival requirement. To manage this density, SpaceX has implemented algorithms for link selection and point-of-presence routing that optimize data flow while simultaneously managing orbital safety. The engineering feat lies in coordinating this density without creating a cascade of collisions. If every satellite required human approval to move around debris or adjust its orbit, the ground control team would be overwhelmed instantly by thousands of simultaneous requests. This dynamic behavior challenges static models. The network is in a state of constant flux driven by environmental constraints rather than just deployment schedules. Individual satellites have an operational lifespan of 4 to 6 years before failure, with a daily failure probability of approximately 0.0128%. This necessitates autonomous self-healing capabilities observed in the fleet's reconfiguration patterns. When a unit fails or drifts out of position, neighboring units can dynamically adjust their links and orbital parameters to fill the gap, effectively acting as living backups for failing peers without any human intervention. The constellation functions as a single intelligent system where individual units exhibit high mobility to act as in-orbit twins, ensuring that if one part of the network goes dark, others immediately compensate to maintain service continuity. This reframes our understanding from internet coverage maps to mechanical intelligence. Starlink represents a milestone in autonomous systems engineering comparable to early industrial automation, but scaled to space. It answers how physical machines survive and coordinate without human intervention, a concept previously limited to science fiction or small-scale drones on Earth. For the curious viewer, this explains why SpaceX can scale from hundreds to thousands of satellites. It is not a logistical miracle of ground control, but an engineering solution where the hardware itself becomes the network manager. It transforms the narrative from more internet to a new class of self-managing robotic infrastructure that operates in one of the most hostile environments imaginable. The reality check on this technology acknowledges the limits of physics and materials. While the swarm intelligence allows for unprecedented coordination, the daily failure rate remains non-zero due to radiation exposure and thermal cycling over years of operation. The system's resilience comes from its redundancy and distributed nature. Losing a few satellites does not collapse the network because thousands more are actively managing their positions to maintain coverage gaps automatically. This is not magic or marketing hype. It is the result of rigorous testing, simulation validation against real-world trace data, and iterative deployment over 6 years of operation that proved these autonomous algorithms work under stress. As we look toward a future with even denser constellations, the principles learned from Starlink will define how humanity builds infrastructure in space. The transition to active robotic agents means that orbital management becomes an exercise in software-defined physics rather than just trajectory planning. We are moving past the era of passive satellites into an age where machines must think for themselves to survive and function as a cohesive whole. This is the engineering reality behind what these systems can actually do, separating the hype from the mechanical intelligence reshaping how we use space today. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. I am a one-person team working hard to make each video better than the last. Subscribe if you found value. It is the best way to show support. Drop a comment with your biggest takeaway. See you in the next video.